Rennes are struggling, 4 points clear only of the relegation zone, taking on Lille. Lille, who were in the title race at one point this season, had an excellent start to the campaign before Christmas, involved in the Champions League and going great guns in the Championnat. After 5 straight wins, their last match brought a 3-2 defeat at Auxerre. That seems to have put paid really to their aims of making it into Europe. And falling a goal behind as early as the opening minute. Olivier Saulin with the effort, deflected over the goalkeeper. Well, you've got to feel sorry for the keeper, Gregory Vambé, really. But Olivier Saulin didn't. Lille try to respond in kind though. The effort from that free kick from Brunel. But Lille were out of sorts, no doubt about it, in this game. The pace of Olivier Monterrubio and Severino Lucas up front causing all sorts of problems. Laurent Batlet really should have made it 2-0 there. Placing the finish straight at the goalkeeper. Vahid Halilhodžić, the Lille coach, would call the performance a joke after this game finished. Dagui Bakari showing how not to do it in front of goal with his powder puff effort. Not got a terrific away record, Lille, just 4 wins away in 15. Picon trying to set up good things inside the box, and only some frantic defending would help out Lille on that occasion. But Rennes were not to be denied for too long after. They were there though. Saulin receiving criticism from his teammates for not squaring it, as he probably should have done there. But right at the end, Rennes turned it on. Pascal Sigan coming to the rescue to deny Picon there. Christian Gourcuff, the Rennes coach, would see his side's chances of avoiding the drop improve dramatically after this win. Lille continuing to press in the hope of getting on terms. Bruno Cheyrou with the effort. Olivier Saulin down the left. And only blocked by some decent goalkeeping once again from Vambé. Should have probably squared it again there, like his earlier chance. But the second goal for Saulin and Rennes would arrive with 20 minutes to go. Having scored just 1 all season prior to this match, Saulin's tally was now 3 with this goal. And Rennes were firmly on course for an 8th home victory. It will get even better for them before the end. A 3rd goal being forced in by Dominique Arabage. And by now the Lille heads were well and truly dropped. Getting into trouble as well of their own making, Lille, before the end. And Toifiliu Maulida would put the icing on the cake in the dying seconds. That made it 4-0. Good win this for Rennes. Awful defeat for Lille, who must really buck their ideas up if they want to make it into Europe for a 2nd successive season. Christian Gourcuff's side running out winners by 4-0. Well, are the leaders beginning to panic now they're within sight of only their second ever title in France? It's so near and yet so far for Lens. At home against Troyes, they knew that a victory, well, would have been enabling them to put one hand on the Championnat trophy, and going so close early on through Moriera. But at the other end, Troyes have ambitions of maybe sneaking a European place. They needed a victory in this game, though, if they were to further those ambitions. Such high expectations up at the Stade Félix Bollaert these days. Lens have had a tremendous season, but having drawn their previous two games and having not won in their last three, the signs are that they might be getting sweaty palms. Troyes were busy furthering their own ambitions, though, and they had their chances, the visitors, looking for their first away win since November, actually, Troyes, and still Lens came closer and closer. On that occasion, Antoine Sivierski and Bruno Rodriguez had the effort. Alain Perrin, the Troyes coach, tried to spur his side on to further efforts. Sivierski denied on that occasion by Tony Hatubis in the Troyes goal. It was an onslaught late on, though, from Lens. Some good football not being rewarded with the finish when he really should have scored, Daniel Moriera there. Tremendous chance. Not taken. Well, that's what Joel Muller thought of it. A frustrating afternoon this would turn out to be for Lens. And guilty, really, of casual play in their own half late on. How about that? That could have thrown the cat amongst the pigeons in the title race. Nicolas Jousse, actually Troyes' top scorer, could really have thrown the title race wide open if he'd scored there, but he didn't. And there would be a red card late on as well. Sloppy challenge. Moriera breaking into the box, and that could have gone anywhere. Still, Troyes, though, were riding their luck. Lens, no El Hadji Diouf for this match. He was suspended, and possibly they missed his lack of firepower. That's what those near misses were doing to the personnel on the Lens bench. They have to settle for a goalless draw, and now it's 5 without a win for the side at the top of the table. Well, last and by certainly no means least in Le Championnat, to the Parc des Princes. Paris Saint-Germain are having a good season after the traumas of last campaign. Luis Fernandez may be banished to the touchlines, or from the touchlines even to the stands, but he is presiding over a side that badly want a Champions League berth. At home against Nantes here, who've had an excellent second half of the season. PSG thought they'd scored in the opening seconds, but the offside flag is up. On the far side, Ronaldinho scooping the ball over the top, and the linesman got it wrong, as the replays clearly showed there. Lovely touch this, though, from the Brazilian Ronaldinho. And it was he who had the corner that was eventually turned over by Landro from Pochettino. Well, tussles all afternoon. The photographers in danger of sustaining serious injury there. Fiorese and Las Pal. But PSG playing some good football in the first half. Fiorese Inside here to Ronaldinho. Nice shimmy, but shame about the finish. 6 points behind Lens. PSG, despite winning at Guingamp 10 days ago in their last game. They've got one of the best home records in the Championnat. Only the one defeat, and they would have been on their way to victory at Fiorese. Tucked away this chance. "23 points from 11 games since the winter break for PSG. They're in decent form. Actually won 4 in a row prior to this game, but that goal from Olivier Kahn certainly gave them something to think about. That was the deadlock breaker for Nantes. Olivier Kahn only returning after a knee injury and getting his 4th goal of the season. Frédéric Darocha with the cross, absolutely no one picking up Kahn, and he was able to go through and tuck the ball past Letizia. Nice controlled volley from Olivier Kahn. That was 1-0 with 39 minutes gone. There were fears that Nantes would end up getting relegated in the season when they were trying to defend their title, and they were giving PSG all sorts of problems in the first half. Letizia so grateful to gather the ball in his arms as Pierre-Yves André threatened to score a second goal. Letizia losing his footing, and that is when André should have shot, surely. Looking for support though, and by then the chance had gone. Well, this would be Aloisio coming on for Ogbesh in the second half. Ronaldinho in the thick of things for PSG. Free kick conceded by Darocha on the edge of the box, and it would prove significant. Arteta player fouled. JJ Okocha stepped up, and that was his 4th goal of the season. The Nigerian, sometimes brilliant, sometimes frustrating, always engaging though, JJ Okocha, and a vital goal which brought the Parisians level 10 minutes after the interval. There's no love lost though, clearly, between these two teams. Jérôme Leroy at the heart of this scuffle in the non-goal mouth, with Landreau on the ground. And he would end up getting red carded for his troubles, and that's why, accusing Landreau of time wasting of sorts there. The goalkeeper going down. This the goal though. Landreau will be disappointed with that. The effort struck straight at him by Okocha, but Nantes responded the only way they know how to attack. Savino prodding it through, and good chance not taken on the far side. Ronaldinho crowded down, and PSG winning another free kick, which did not receive the same outcome, as it were. Ronaldinho with the effort that time. Arteta hassling in midfield, but Mathieu Berson, whose delivery is usually excellent, was again there, but he was crowded out when the ball came into the box. Attacking late on, Talal El Kafkouri, the substitute there, denying Eric Djemba with a challenge. But Nantes certainly would have a few more scares up their sleeve for PSG before this game was out, and appealing for a penalty there. But Luis Fernandez will be disappointed with this result. PSG were looking for the win, that have to settle for a 1-1 draw against